Hey there, folks. Welcome to day 85 of the year of solo board gaming. A year of solo board gaming. My year of solo board gaming. Nobody else's. And I am Foggy, and this is the start of It's a Wonderful World board game week. So what I'm saying there is that It's a Wonderful World is the board game, and it's a wonderful version of It's a Wonderful World. So this is a board game I actually really like as well. So we're going to be staying in this one quite a bit. I also have a cat in here for the first time during one of these recordings. So if you see me looking around trying to make sure that the cat does not jump up, that's why. There may be a brief interruption while I escort the cat to the door. We'll see how that goes. But we are playing It's a Wonderful World, which is a board game. I should probably get the actual name of the creators, which is something I do not do a very good job of on a regular basis. Frederick Gerard and Anthony Wolf. This is basically, it is a relatively straightforward building game. You're going to draft cards that will help you gain points, and that's pretty much it. The base solo version is a beat your own score sort of solo version where you are trying to get as many points as possible. There are 6 solo variants in the back of the book, and they basically give you a set of starting cards to work with, and then you have to build each of those cards to actually win, and then also get a certain number of points to be able to get your little medal there. Hold on. Hey, buddy. All right, so cat's underneath right now. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, well, so I'm in the middle of recording, and that's all. People want to watch me play board games. They don't want to see a cat. This cat is a mess, by the way. All right. The solo variant for this board game is pretty simple to set up. Normally, the way that you start the game in the multiplayer mode is to draft. And in this version, you are dealing out 8 decks of 5. We've got those set up over here. And each round, you'll be taking 2 of those, one at a time, deciding what to do with the cards, and then playing the other set. So you'll play one set of 5, then you'll play another set of 5, then you'll do your production phase, and then that's pretty much it. The way that the game works is that, and I'll draw a card from the bottom, every card has a number of different aspects to it. This indicates to you its construction costs. So for example, this right here indicates that these require 5 science. This tells you that it will produce a science. This tells you that you can recycle this for a single science if you want to get rid of it. Production is nice because you'll get that every round, but if you're in the later part of the game, there's really no difference between this and this in terms of production. But this will also give you points. So in this case, this gives you 1 point for every army card that you have. And each card has a specific class. So this is a science card, for example. We'll put that down, way down at the bottom. The material that you have is your basic construction material. These are the grays. Then you have these black cubes here that represents energy, science, money, and then I don't know, influencer, I'm not sure what the last part is. And then you have crystallum, which is sort of this special wild card material you can use to build anything. And some cards actually require that you use that. You also have these special financiers and bankers or generals. I don't know. They're the 2 main characters on the board game. Hi. Yeah, we might have to put you out. Everybody say hi to Jack. This is Jack. Jack's a long hair. Jack would very much like to play this game. Jack, what do you want to do? Jack, can you be peaceful down there? Or do I have to ask you to leave? So anyway, the financier and the general, they're basically just sort of bonus points at the end of the game. In the solo version, if you manage to produce 6 of any material, you'll get a special one of those characters as indicated. The science one, you can actually get your choice. And you'll get extra points. They're normally worth 1 point each at the end of the game, but you can get cards that give you bonuses for those. So you might be getting like 3 points per financier and 4 points per general. The order of them on the board is also important because you'll produce the gray ones first, the construction material. And if you manage to complete a card that needed construction, and you can put that into your production stack, and then that will start producing additional materials as well. So if that construction card produces science, you'll be able to get the science later on. If you have the reverse, if you have say a card that you needed some money to complete, you put it on and it produces construction and energy, you will not get that bonus. Your production goes left to right in a pretty strict order. So you have to be cognizant of that when you're building and take that into account as you're going along. What else? Finally, this is the most overproduced game I've ever seen, by the way. This is an incredibly overproduced. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is like the antithesis of terraforming Mars. Another cube-based game that we'll actually do a fair amount as well, because I really love that game as well. This is just ridiculously overproduced. Everything, like the little thing here, these little detachable things, the artwork here, the way that the round marker is just like, I don't need a round marker. Once I get done with all of these, the game's over. It is just 4 rounds. Okay, I think we are going to have to ask you to leave. Can you try to be peaceful down here? Can you stop making so much noise? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Long-tailed cat and a chair. Not a good combo. All right, he's retreated to a corner, so hopefully we'll get a little peace. We'll have a fewer interruptions. So the starter on each of these is an empire card. There are 5 empires here. You have your Norm states, Federation of Asia, Aztec Empire, Pan-African Union, Republic of Europe. So basically, it's each of the 5 continents except for Australia, because I guess we don't care about Australia, and Antarctica, because there's nobody living down there. And we're going to go ahead and pick one of these. There's an A side and a B side. The B side's a little bit more difficult. It doesn't have any sort of extra point condition, I think. But you can play... We'll go ahead and pick one at random here. The last thing to mention... Not the last thing to mention. Oh, and when you are producing, you will put cards in one of 2 places. So we'll put these over here. We are the Republic of Europe. So we'll get some science each turn. We'll get some energy, some construction, and we'll get 1 extra point for every general that we have at the end of it. Now, in addition to being able to construct cards with these materials, you can also put constructions materials over here on your card here. And every 5 of them, no matter what they are, you can produce 1 crystallum, which is used as a wild card, or will be actually required for some cards. These are not in any specific order, they're just dealt out, so we're going to pick one at random, and I'll go ahead and pick this one. We'll go ahead and get started here. We're on round 1, and our goal is to simply get 60 points. That'll be sort of a base level win condition for us. And what we have for cards to draft. Now, you can do a couple things. You can also take 2 cards, turn them in, and get 1 card, 5 cards back, choose 1, and put the other 4 cards in the discard. Basically, you're trading in 2 cards for what is hopefully going to be sort of a fishing expedition for a specific card. Not really something you want to do early on, because you're sort of establishing your strategy now. Looking at this, actually, so what do we got here? There's also a building bonus for some of these. So for example, like if I build this, I'll get 2 crystallum. If I do build this, I'll get 2 general. And I think this is probably a good card to build, except this will require a lot. It'll require a one of those. That'll be difficult. The recycling plant might be good to get early on. If I can build this now, that'd probably be really good. Unfortunately, to build it, I'm going to have to sacrifice these 2 things. Which are kind of the reason why I want to have those cards. So I think what I want to do is I actually want to sacrifice this. I'm going to trade this in for a single card. I'm going to put this down for construction, and I'll put this here. Once they're on a card, they cannot be switched over to a different card. So this is, you can sort of put it right there for to indicate that. I do want to keep this, and I do want to keep this. I don't think I necessarily want to keep this. It's worth 3 points at the end of the game. It'll generate money if I actually make it. But right now, I just don't feel like it's that much use. And I don't have a good way to produce blues, so it'll take a long time for this to come about. So I'm going to actually Trade that in as well. Recycle that so I can get a single one there. So now I've got 7 left, and I'll go ahead and do this one. This one feels lucky. All right, so super soldiers, nuclear plant, I probably said that wrong. Cryopreservation, agriculture, and cities of gold. All right, so again, cities of gold, probably not a card that I can generate that easily, so probably better to just recycle that one. I think that's a gimme. I think I'm just going to go ahead and recycle it now. That's that, and that'll actually give me all the yellows I need. So if I produced any more yellows, they would have to go into my Empire card, where they could eventually be 1/5 of a crystallum. I think the nuclear power plant is something that I want. I want to actually have that. That'll produce energy, and it's something that I can probably produce on the second round. Looking at the rest of this, it's kind of garbagey. Aquaculture feels to me like a card that I could benefit from if I had, like, once I get a little further in the game. The problem is agriculture is also the only one that I have that I could actually benefit from placing down on the board. I think I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I really don't want to sacrifice either of these. Both of these are basically point things. I can't really use... We'll go ahead and keep them for now. We can always recycle them later. A lot of cards in construction. Normally a lot more than I really have. I could have also traded both of them. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. It's a horrible move to do on your first round. But I'm going to go ahead and trade both of them so I can get 5 cards to look at. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see what we got and see if we have anything better. We've got another nuclear power plant, which will be good for energy. We've got Roswell, which seems fun. We got Parallel Dimension, Blackbeard's Treasure, and Industrial Complex. So looking at the cards that I have, I feel like Industrial Complex is not a bad card. Blackbeard's Treasure is kind of neat. That'll actually give you some points at the end of the game. Plus, it actually produces stuff. The thing is, I need to actually produce 3 of these, and I don't think I can do that before the 3rd round. So my best... What do I want to do here? You know what? I'm going to... that'll be 3 for every science. Not a bad idea. That'll also give a ton of extra points. Or a ton of crystallum once I build it. If I can get this built, I can probably get... yeah, I'll go this. I think the biggest problem I have is I don't have a science producer aside from my regular thing. So you're probably saying that I'm not very good at games, and I'm sure you're making all sorts of second guesses on how you would do things. I'm not even consistent with myself. But now we're at the point where we can start producing. So we really have nothing in production yet, which is a bummer, to say the least. And I'm trying to figure out what I can produce, if anything, on this first round. So we'll go ahead and produce, start with this. We'll get 2 of these to produce. Yeah, I'm not even going to get this, am I? That's a pisser. Yeah, I don't think I did a very good job here. We'll get that. We'll then go ahead and produce this. This allows us to construct this. We'll get a general as a bonus. And then the card itself goes right here. And basically they'll get stacked like this. So we'll go ahead and put these back up here. Next up is science. We actually produce 2 science now. So we're almost at the point. Had I been thinking about it, I probably should have gone ahead and just redeemed something for science. And then that way this card would be built. I'll have the 3 money, which allows me to start this agriculture. But unfortunately, I'm not smart. So I've messed that up. And I'm not producing any of this or this. So that is the end of the round. I have 1 building, and I produced squat. All right, on to round 2. And you can move this thing along if you want. Again, you're going to know that you're done by whether or not that's finished. We've got Secret Society. We've got Universal Exposition, Quantum Generator, Industrial Complex, and Airborne Laboratory. I like the idea of producing Airborne Laboratory because that is, I think, going to give me some good extra cards there. The rest of these just seem like kind of garbage. There's a part of me that wants to do this Universal Exposition as a place to put money, and also some of the financiers that we'll get. So for one of the few cards I've ever seen that has financiers on it. Nothing that produces science, so that's really like what I was looking for most. Industrial Complex I don't think I need. And this, I think I might as well put this down for Juggernaut. I'm going to redeem that for energy, and we'll put that on the Juggernaut to try to get that a little bit closer to being done. We will go ahead and try to build this Universal Exposition, and we will actually trade in these two for money. We'll go ahead and start that there. We could do aquaculture too, but aquaculture doesn't actually give you anything. It is actually going to give me a financier, and I can't actually get that built without the financier, so we should probably have done that one instead. So there we go. Taking a quick mulligan there. So we're going to take this one. We'll be down to 4. I really want a science out of these, and unfortunately none of these are science. And none of these... So I'll get the science there, which will allow me to get money, which will allow me to get that. Trying to figure out what I can build here that's good. So what we've got is the recycling plant, we've got the mega drill, we've got the tank division, we've got Casino City, and we've got industrial complex. And I think mega drill and tank division I definitely want, and we're getting a lot of cards in our construction area. But then these ones I think we actually want to redeem. We need to get this power plant going. We really needed a science here so that we could produce the... Yeah, so I'm going to redeem this for construction. I'm going to take these two, and I'm going to redeem them for 5 cards. And if I get one that is science, that is the card that I'm going to recycle. Let's see. We got 1, 2 for science. Saucer Squadron. We've got satellites, which is worth a lot of points. Wind turbines. So it's some tempting points there, but I got to focus on the near, and that is to get this here so that we can produce some energy this round. And hopefully this will help. So we're at the start. We're also going to go ahead and I think we're going to recycle this as well. You can recycle from your construction. You get rid of any cubes that are on it. Not a good idea to do if you are, obviously if you have already, put cubes on it, because you don't get those cubes back. So now we start construction. We've got 3 of the grays, which we will go ahead and put on the nuclear power plant. Which again, I'm probably saying wrong. So that will give us this. We don't get a bonus for it, but we do get energy starting this round, because energy is next, and we'll produce 4 energy. So the 4 energy, I think what I want to do is I want to actually go ahead and get this airborne laboratory fixed, get going. We'll go ahead and get that. That's going to give us one more science plus a blue. And then that's going to leave 1 more energy that we can put somewhere. It's either going to be tank division or juggernaut, and I kind of think that it's probably better off on the tank division. Juggernaut will be helpful at the end of the game. It doesn't really produce a whole lot. That's going to be... No, let's go here. Let's go here. We're almost there. We're going to get 3 science. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're definitely going to make this transmutation thing. So that'll go on top of our production. We're actually getting a bonus out of this one. We're going to get a crystalline bonus, which we'll go ahead and put on the juggernaut, so we can get that going. We've still got 2 more science to use, and we'll go ahead and do agriculture, I think. I think that's where we want to go, because I don't think we're going to get anything else. from that. So we're going to have, now we're going to have 3 money. That'll go ahead and fill out our Universal Exposition. Now we just need to get the guys there. And then finally, blue. We actually have some blue this time, so we'll go ahead and put that in parallel dimension. And now we've completed our row. So now we're going into round 3. And we're moving quite along. We've got Tank Division, which we can trade in for some stuff. We got a recycling plant, which we can trade in for some stuff. We've got a Zeppelin, which will give us some blue. We've got Tank Division. A lot of these cards I think we can build. We're going to generate 4 energy on this next round. We need 3 energy to complete. Let's go ahead and lay these out so we can actually see what we got. I kind of need I need to get some generals on this one if I want this to be valuable at the end of the game. So I think I have to take, as much as I kind of don't want that one, the industrial complex. And then I want to go ahead and recycle this. The recycling plant's nice to have early on in the game. Probably could have used it better there, but we'll go ahead and just take that as is. And then we've got Tank Division, Zeppelin, and Tank Division. And we're going to get bonus points, basically, if we can get this Juggernaut built. We're going to get some extra bonus points. Plus, this will give us a whole ton of blues. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and keep... Hey, buddy. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep... It's going to sound controversial. I'm going to keep the 2 tank divisions. If I can build them, great. If I can't, so well. And then I'll go ahead and take that, and I'll convert that to a blue. Mostly because the most I'm going to get out of this is 2 blues overall, and I can recycle it now for 1 blue. In addition, I could have gotten 1 extra point if I had built it, but I think my resources are going to be spread kind of thin building everything else. So I think that's my best bet there. So now I get 1 more of these, and then we'll start production. So we've got Ark of the Covenant worth 5 points at the end of the game, Recycling Plant, Universal Vaccine, City of Argatha, and Airborne Laboratory. So Airborne Laboratory feels like a really good one, except again, so far we're producing 4... We're going to get 8 more energy before the end of the game. And right now I'm committed to using 8 more energy. So as much as I would love to build that, and as much as I think that might be helpful, I think I have to sacrifice it for a science. Because we're going to be getting 3 science, and we need 5 to finish the things that we have here. So that's going to get traded in for a science. And I have this on the wrong thing. Ark of the Covenant. So far we're producing 1 blue, and that's it. We're not producing any other blues. If we can get some of these tank divisions, we'll produce more blues. So I can't really do, as much as I would love to do either of these, I don't think either of those are going to come about. Part of me thinks I should keep 1. If I take this, I can use the red to fill in. Might be able to fill in for that, actually. That's a good question. I'm not sure if I can use Crystallum to fill in for a Financier or not use it to replace a character token. Okay, that was good. That was lucky. I opened right to the book I needed, part of the book I needed. I think what I want to do is I want to take this recycling plant at the very least. Recycle that for 1 of these. We'll go ahead and put that on the tank division. I might be able to get parallel dimension this round. I'm gonna go ahead and plan on building this. Recycle this. I'm swapping these 2. I'm swapping these 2 out. I'm going to take 5 other cards. And what I'm looking for is a card that will give me a Financier if I finish building it. And I have 1. I have 2. I have financial centers, both of which will do the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and do a financial center. Don't really have much room at this point. We'll do one down here. Hopefully we'll start tightening these up. So that's going to be important. I need to get that by the end of the game, because I'm not worried about anything from production on this, but I do want to get the points that this is going to give me. So now we start production. We're going to produce three of these. And I think where I want it is on the Juggernaut, so I can get... Is there anything from... If I go Industrial Complex, I'll get some extra money, which I don't really need. I don't really need the money there. I'm going to get, I think, these no matter what. So I think, yeah, I'm going to do Juggernaut, and I'm going to do the other tank division, so I can try to fill those in. So didn't really get anything from that. We'll do energy now. We'll do 4 energy. We'll go ahead. That's going to give me those as a bonus, plus it'll give me 2 of those. So I think we're going to do 2 on here. We're going to do 1 on the Juggernaut, and we're going to do 1 more on a tank division. And that's going to give me that. So we can go ahead and put those away. We'll get 2 of the generals to complete, one of which we'll put on parallel dimensions. That becomes part of my production. This also completes a tank division. We got 1 more general from that. We'll complete that one. We've got our card that gives us the 1 bonus for every war thing that we have, so that's huge. That's going to be a nice little bonus. And that's pretty much it for the energy aspect of it. So now we go on to science. We get 3 science out of this. We're going to be able to do... I don't think that we're going to want to do parallel dimensions quite yet. We're not going to finish that up this round. We are going to go ahead and finish up aquaculture, though. We'll go ahead and put that there, and that'll give us one of these financiers, and we'll put that there. These go back to their respective things, and this becomes part of the production. And then we're going to produce money. We're going to get 3 money on this, and that money is not going to be useful anywhere. We don't have any place to put it. So this is actually going to go to our board, and that will become crystalline once we have enough there. Now we're going to produce blues, and we are really good on blues. Holy cow. We're producing 4 blues this round. That's a good amount. So we're not quite at the point where we can produce this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and produce the Ark of the Covenant. I might as well go ahead and get that. And then that'll give us a crystallum that we can use elsewhere. And I'm going to hold on to this. For the most part, once you put something on here, it cannot go onto a construction card. So these yellows can't be used for construction at any future point. This can. The crystallum can. So I can convert that to a construction material later on. So I don't have to decide how to use it now. But that is my round. I've produced everything I can produce. So we're going to go on to round 4, and we'll do the last of this. All right, so this one first. So we're basically looking for what materials can we get that will knock things out. And not a whole lot of good stuff here. I think this we're just going to convert for the energy. We're going to get 4 energy on this round. One thing that's also kind of hurt us is that we're not getting any bonuses for production. And I'll blame myself for that, for not doing well in that first round. We could produce these offshore oil rigs. We're going to get 3. You know what? No, we're going to get 3. We're only going to get 3 construction on this next round. So we need some construction to fill this financial center in. If we want to get that. Or we can fill this industrial complex in. It's probably a better way to go. So let's do the industrial complex as quickly as we can. We're going to get a gray for that. We're going to go ahead and trade this in for the energy, and that'll give me a black. And then we're going to go ahead and actually plan on doing one of these, because that's still a plus. And we'll trade these 2 in. What we're looking for is a gray. We need a gray to come out of this. We got a science, science, black, black, and yellow. So that's unfortunate. Lost Continent of Mu would be nice. It's going to give you 4 points total at the end of the game, plus 2 Crystallum. Some wind turbine. Yeah, that's a bummer. This is a bummer. Could probably use some place to put money, since we'll get 3 of it and we don't have any other place to put it. How much science are we producing? We're producing 3 science. So we'll get that. I mean, we'll get this one. We could just go ahead and put it down, and maybe we'll get what we need out of the last set. All right, so last set of cards. We've got a submarine. There we go. That's one of our grays. We've also got magnetic train. We've got unknown technology. We've got military base, and we've got transportation network. I'm going to go ahead and trade in the military base. And that's going to give us the industrial complex, so we'll go ahead and put that here. That's going to give us a financier. That completes our universal exposition. No bonus from that, but that'll be a nice card at the end for scoring purposes. And then, what else? So right now we've got 7 construction that we need, and I kind of want this transportation network instead now. Because that looks like that's going to be a really good card to have. We could put the magnetic train down. It's another possibility. We're producing, what, 4 energy, and we've got spot for 4 energy. Producing 4... Producing 4 of these. And I think what I need to do is I need to make sure I got points at the end of the game. I'm actually going to go ahead and do this, but then recycle these 2 for money and for, because I'm not going to be able to do all my... I've got too much stuff that needs construction materials and not enough construction materials being produced. I am going to go ahead and put that because that is going to be a nice point bonus at the end of it. And then I can't really do anything with this other than produce the science. And I'm going to be producing three science anyway. So, bummer. This is going to be worth a total of 9 points. That's going to be a total of... I mean, I'm not going to be able to complete it, but let's go ahead and just keep that there. We're not much else we can do. We'd actually trade this in for the science. If we traded that in for the science and then use that, we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. Won't even come close to finishing that. But we can use the bonuses from that to finish completing it. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. I'm going to recycle this. We'll recycle... no, I have to recycle it now. I can't recycle it during the production phase. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll get 1, 2, 3 just from production. And then I'll get 3 from that once that's finished, but I need 1 science to do it. So 2 plus 3. I need 2 more. And I'll get 1 more for the money. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and trade this in. I don't know why I can't seem to put these back in the right spot. We'll go ahead and trade that in. We'll get the money there. Okay, we'll get the science there. All right, so now we're going to start producing things. We're producing construction material first. We're going to produce 4 of those, which means we still don't get the bonus for that, which blows. So we'll finish this transportation network. We don't have any place else to put construction material, so that will join our money over there. That can become a crystallum once we get 1 more. But that is now complete. We'll go ahead and grab some energy. We're going to get 4 energy total. Really did not produce a whole lot this game. This will complete this, and I think that's going to leave me with 1 more. So we'll go ahead and trade that in. Now we can trade all of these for crystallum, which will go onto here. We complete this, so that's going to give us 2 more generals. And these go back here. And then just really not realizing now for the magnetic train, I needed to get the I need to get 1 more science for that too. So these will go here. So next up is science. I'm going to get 3 science out of this, a pitiful amount to be quite honest. And I kind of need it here, except I also need it here and here. So can I do this? How is the rest of this going to go? I'm going to get 4 money. So let's say I do 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. I still need to fill these 4 in. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to get 6 there. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and finish these, and we'll do the rest. We'll use crystallum to finish off the last one. All right, so that's that. Then we're going to get money, and unfortunately, we're not going to get the money bonus from that, which is a shame. I'm going to get 4 money total. We're going to use this to finish this off. This goes up here. We're going to get 2 financiers out of it. We got 2 extra money that we'll put over here. Now we're going to do the blues, and for the blues we have 6 that we're generating, so we actually get an extra general. We're going to need 2 of these here. That completes this. We get 3 crystallum out of that. We'll use that for our unknown technology. These 4 are now extra. We'll combine this with the money. Get 1 more crystallum. That will complete our unknown technology. And that becomes that. And we've managed to complete it. We've constructed everything, so yay. All right, so now we're going to take a look at this. We'll take a look at our score. It's actually taking longer than I would have thought. I'm looking at the time, realizing, but a lot of that was taken up with the cat, so. All right, let's go ahead and just get rid of that altogether. So now the way that the points work is that you look down here, and basically these are going to give you points based on different things. You're going to get just whatever's a regular point total, you'll just add those up. So that's 2, that's 5, that's 1, so that's going to be 8. In addition, you'll also get points for each of the locations based on bonuses. So for example, I get a total of 6 science for every science location. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's 18 for the science. And I'll also get 2 for each war location. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 10 there. And then I think that's it. I don't think I have any other bonuses based on types of location. I'll get 1 bonus, an extra 1 for every one of these. So normally I get 1 point for financiers. Now I'll get 2. So that's 4 points total. Plus I get 1 extra point for every general. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's 12. So my total is 9, 19, 37, 41, 53. That is a pitiful score. It did not beat the score that I needed. That was just garbage. That was a bad play, and I'm sorry that you had to witness it. But you got to see a cat, so I hope that that's a good trade-off. And that is It's a Wonderful World. Now, I did say that we were doing It's a Wonderful World. It's a Wonderful World. It's a Wonderful World week. And the reason that I want to do that is that there are a ton of solo variants for this, as you can see here. Let's roll back. I need to make sure I'm not hitting the cat. There's the cat down there. There is a campaign for this. And then there's also an expansion. And we have all of them here. So we're going to be having some fun with It's a Wonderful World this week. But for now, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take it easy, everybody. Do all the YouTube things. Click like, click subscribe, click the bell icon for more notifications, and I'll talk to you later.